DDJ Records.
Welcome to Ministry Pulse TV. I'm your host, Shalise, a gospel singer and songwriter known for songs such as Come Jesus Come and Young Man Wake Up. Meet Glen Cruz.
Each time I take a look in our churches, I see no husband for the young ladies.
Who is Glen Cruz?
Okay, so Glen Cruz, right name is Glenford Wallace. And so Glen Cruz would be my musical name. And that name now comes by me have a brethren now when me and him used to try to choose a name that is fit for the character. So, originate from St. Mary. I'm living in Clarendon. So, so Glen Cruz is this humble brother who is singing and making his way into the musical fraternity, gospel musical fraternity. So that's how the name come about. Glen Cruz come about just by choosing. So we choose many names, but we stick with Glen Cruz because of my personality and my character.
What inspired Glen Cruz to do gospel music?
So I used to do a lot of run up and down back in the days with sound system, trying to get the bus, as we would call it. So, when you start to get children, it's a different thing because you have to go and get a job now and you have to start to provide for family. So I, break away from that, and then now, I got saved 13, 14 years back, and with no intention of doing gospel music. So I was in the church for a long time before I said, why not use my talent, for the Lord, So I started writing. Well, I was writing music from way back when, but then I said, might as well I just use my talent. So I started to take this gospel music down seriously. It's about 3-4 years back, singing for Christ.
How does your upbringing inspire your music?
Well, my upbringing inspired my music. Because of the rough upbringing, there's hardly a child in Jamaica who can tell you they have a easy and a good upbringing. Most of us struggle as a child. But my father used to have a good voice. He died now, unfortunately. And so he would have seen the talent in me. So he's the first one who write me a song. And so from that I was just, but when I was going to school though, composition was my favorite subject, because anything to do with composing, to write how you spend your holiday, or down by the river, something, that was my favorite topic. Them time I didn't even know that was a talent. I didn't even know that was a talent. Then and so it just was an easy subject for me, and it transcended right into my musical writing, because writing is my as you said, my baby. Writing, to write a song, compose a song, that's my baby. That's my favorite thing to do.
What was your upbringing like? Like you're growing up? Tell us about growing up as a child.
Well, my growing up was rough, my brother. Very rough. Because I didn't know my father until I was 14. And my mother didn't have it like that. So the schooling and that was very, very, when you go to school today, you don't go back for the week. That's the reality of the whole thing. But it was good. It was in the country, so we have a whole heap of jackfruit and grapefruit and mango and apple and every fruit that you can think of. You know, so, and we went to the stream and the river and the spring, as we call it, and fishing, catch swims and janga and them kind of thing. They come back and boil a little janga soup and all these things. So it was good, but you know, we never know, say we did pour them time there. You know what I mean? It's like we just I enjoy our youthful days and do it thing. You know, but it was good and it was rough. Yes.
As a rising gospel artist, have you faced any difficulty in the gospel music industry?
Many. You know. Well, someone said to me one a long time ago that if fame was so easy, then everybody in Jamaica would be famous. Because we have talent. Almost every little crevice and corner where you can think of, you find somebody who is talented. So, you know, you just prepare yourself to just fight the fight, and you have to put a lot of brain in it and try and say, all right, I am doing this now, how can I do it better? You have to listen to what is going on out there and try to match that, you know. And so it's rough because is 100 person in every district trying to go to that same door at that same time. You know, it's not gonna be easy. But you now have to be determined. You have to be determined to fight that fight. And, you know, as I said, only the strong will survive. You know?
Are there any gospel artists you would like to collab with?
Well, to be honest with you, you know, I don't really see, it may sound funny, but I don't really see a gospel artist that I would say, that man I would like to collab with, or that man I would like to collab with. For me, as long as somebody have a song that fit the chemistry, we blend the voice together, the song makes sense, it, you know, and we see the potential in that song, I don't mind. Because for me, it's not just the person or the name. For me, it's the song. What the song is saying and how it can uplift and it can be a blessing to other people. So I don't, it may sound strange because, you know, you ask 10 person that 9 will say, Kevin Donzel and this and that and the other. But for me personally, I just will tell you that I will collab with anyone who come with a sensible, good song that, you know, that can reach souls, you know.
Of all your songs that you have done before, which is your favorite and why?
Young Men Wake Up is my, I have to say Young Men Wake Up, because of the message that is in the song and because of the reality that is happening now. You know, almost everywhere you look, there you see a young man that is, you know, we need young men in the church. You know how good it look, you know how good it is when you see a young couple coming from church or going to church, you know, with, you know, your little baby girl or your little baby boy, you know, going to church on a Sunday, and when they're walking down, not even going to church, just walking down the street, a young family. Now you're seeing less of that because the young lady they left now to struggle because the young man them just, I don't know, I don't even know, but it's a big problem. And it's not only in Jamaica, it's worldwide. You know, where the young men is just wasting them life and wasting them time, doing the negative when the positive is there right beside them, waiting for them to do it. And it's not hard, you know. So I don't know what happened to the young men, but so I would say young men wake up because they really, really need to wake up.
Each time I take a look in our churches, I see no husband for the young ladies. And when I visited places of business, it's all ladies filling all the vacancies, while so much young men becoming young members, and all they do is killing off each other. Oh, young men, wake up and take your place now. You've been sleeping for much too long. It's time to stand up, oh, and be counted. God call you young man because you are strong.
What is the strangest or funniest thing ever happened to you while on stage performing?
That is a good question. In the early part of my performance, when the nerves take me, my brother, I couldn't even find saliva in my mouth. I was so dry that the word couldn't come out. You know, the word couldn't even come out.
What was that due to nervousness?
Nerves. Yeah, man, nerves are one big part of you. Is a big part of everything. If you're not relaxed, and that once that nerves take you over, man, you can't even remember the next line of the song where you sing every day, song where you practice so much time. You can't remember that song if the real nerves take you up on that stage there. You know what I mean? So, you know, when nerves take my man, like, I don't even remember the song, I don't remember the line, I don't remember. I can't find my mouth just go dry. You know? So that's the biggest, and it's embarrassing, you know, but you know, you have to just pray and ask God to help you to relax. As you go on, it's a journey, it's a learning process. So you just have to pray and, you know, thank God now. I still feel nervous, but not so bad. Not so bad.
As you mentioned journey, if you could choose one of your songs to represent your life's journey, which one would it be?
Well, I've done a song called Just As I Am. Now this song, I always tell people and interview and everywhere that I write that song about me, personally. Because the song is telling you that if riches is gonna cause me to lose my soul, then Lord, let me stay just as I am. You know? And the first line in the song said, humble. It's telling you about myself, how humble I am. And that is how I, you know, for me, I just love to be humble. Some people said I'm too humble. And I love humble people. I love when people are humble. I can't take when people are just too much. You know? But you know, everybody have their own personality, but I love when a man can be humble. No matter where you reach in life or what you gain in life, just stay humble, man.
My breakthrough is gonna cause me to lose my soul. Then let me stay just as I am.
If you could dine with one biblical figure, who would it be and why?
If I could dine one biblical figure, let me think now. It would have to be Moses. You know, Moses was a man who God has chosen him, and he prepared to do God's work while the people was thinking about different things. And when you get the calling from God, it just means that you're not supposed to ask why. You just go out there and do what God tell you to do. And when Moses lead the children of Israel through the Red Sea, you know, as we all know, the sea was in front, Pharaoh was behind. There was nowhere to turn. And God said, continue, and then just continue. There is many, you know, there is many, but that one just sprang to mind.
If you could start one new ministry or start a new ministry, what would that be and why?
A new ministry, I would have started a ministry and young people, young men especially, because you know the young men them need to get the message, man. They need to get the message that society need them, the church need them. You know, if there's young men fail in a society, you know, then the society fail. If the young men them choose to turn other way, then you're gonna find say all the young ladies them in the church now. You know, I can say every young lady desire to have a family. You know, let's imagine this. They desire to have a family. And when it's not that man short, you know, my brother, but the ambitious young men them short, you know, because you see them everywhere. You see them everywhere. But how much of them have the ambition, you know, and have that dream and have that passion and drive to achieve something, to, you know, get themselves a nice young lady married. And so Sunday morning you will see them, hundreds of them gone on a football field. The most place you can find young men now is prison, football and bar, you know, my brother. Prison, football field and bar, you know. So we want to see some of them in the church, man. So we want some of the young men them get the message. That's why the young men wake up is so, you have to put it as one of the strongest songs, you know.
No matter what them say about you, from you know it's the right move, then make that step. Nobody listen to your friend them. Just make sure you tell them. On the day of judgment, each man for themselves. Oh, they said I'll never make it. Here I am. They said I'm only faking it. Here I stand. They said they're giving me 1 week, but many years have gone, and I'm still going strong.
Tell me, what do you enjoy outside of music?
Athletics, sport in general. Athletics, cricket, watch football, but you know, but boxing used to be my favorite sport back in the days, but no, not going much in boxing now. But them three is the top three: athletics, cricket and boxing, you know.
If you could go back in time, what is one thing you would tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self not to follow company. Because I follow company, I make some bad choice too, you know. But we can erase what but you know. So I would have believing then like how I'm living now, because not that I don't have associate, people you associate. You know you can't be by yourself and grumpy and whatever. But you know that if me not go down, say you not go, if me not go, you not go thing, you're not bother them thinking no more. You know? That was one of my biggest mistake. Yeah, man.
What is your message to younger Christians now?
The younger Christian, and as we say before, if fame was so easy, everybody would be famous. If everything was so easy to go, everybody would have gone there. So that simply means that the road I got rough, the road I got tough. So you now have to know, say, you go encounter a whole heap of things. But you now have to know the destination. Sometime to go, you want to go to Negril, to go on the White Sand Beach. Remember, say, if you go through Fern Gully and Flatbridge and them places, sometimes you don't really enjoy the journey. But you just have the destination in mind, you know. So even though you go drop on some patrol and you go craft Flatbridge and you're afraid of Flatbridge and all these things, but a Negril you want to reach, and you have to pass some for a Negril, so you have to go take the bad load and then you reach. When you reach Negril now, you know, remember there's nothing about Flatbridge again, you know what I mean? So that's just how to describe everything. To get there is not an easy road, but you have to think about, keep the destination in mind and know that this may work towards. So me no mind what. So me have to encounter a lot of things, but this are me. You know? Yes, man.
As a Christian and a minister of the gospel,
Yeah.
what is your message to the world?
Peace, love, unity. If you look on Malika thing, love, maybe we're just for a reason. One love. That's what we are dealing.
What new project can we look forward to from Glen Cruz?
Well, I'm working on a song called Ready or Not. It just kind of like it's a. I tell you something. This song was It so happened that Come Jesus Come is my latest piece of work, right? It's a cover, and it is very, very, very similar to Come Jesus Come. And this song, right before even Come Jesus Come, was come to Jamaica and start to play in Jamaica. Unfortunately, a producer that man, some things happen and it never get to release yet, but we're still working on it to release it. Because I think it's a very important song to release, but it's the same thing. It is asking the question, if God come now, would you be ready now? Because going to church is one thing, but for me, is it every single move you make, every minute of the day is what counts. It's not the get up on Sunday morning time or Saturday morning time and put on the pretty clothes and go to church. It's your every single day life, your everyday move. You know what I mean? That's what counts. So you have to make certain say, you know that.
Would you mind sharing a bit of the song with us?
Yes, man. The song goes something like this. Ready or not now, here he comes to take his choosing to our heavenly home. Battle is over, victory is won, no more conflict, it is done. Would you be ready here and now if God should come and call you home? Would you need more time to forgive someone for the things that they have done, only to find out the time you need has expired, simply not there? The time it take to forgive that one, the saints of God would be in the air. Ready or not now, here he comes to take his choosing to our heavenly home. Battle is over, victory is won, no more conflict, it is done. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, Mr. Glen Cruz.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, thank you for passing by. And I'm looking forward to have you again on the show. Alright? Really appreciate you coming by, alright?
Yes, man. Yes, man. Anytime, man. Enough respect. Big up all my support and my, the people them who stand by me through good and the bad times. My wife, my children, my pastor, my mom died and gone, but fortunate, I am a very fortunate person. I get a new mom, I get a different mom. So everyone who stand up by me, big up Jason Royalty and Mr. Douglas. I can't let you know what to know youth. Blessed, man, blessed.
For anyone who want to find Glen Cruz, where can we find you on social media, over the internet?
Yes, so all my songs are released. They are all over the world. They are on all the major platforms. Just type in Glen Cruz. They are on YouTube, Spotify, you name it. So Glen Cruz is the name. So and the Cruz spelled as Z. So it's Glen Cruz, right? And
spell the Glen Cruz for everyone who want to search.
Yeah, man. So it's GLENCRUZ. Spelled as Z. So that's where to find me. And I would appreciate if you could go on YouTube and like and subscribe to my channel and share the content, please and thanks.
Alright, thank you very much.
Blessings. Yeah.